Hi, and welcome back to Bristol Music Channel. My name's Damien, and I'm joined today by the Dead Royalties. I'm joined by Sam, Xander / Alex, and Cal. So, guys, welcome along.
Thank you for having us.
First of all, let's get it out of the fucking way, okay? Because it's been boiling my blood since I got in here. I obviously made a lot of effort today, wearing my royalty, Diamante top with my El Mariachi scarf to mark Dead Royalties. And then obviously Alex / Xander, you went and got changed and put this little number on.
I felt like I couldn't be outdressed.
Can you give us like a little? Can you open it up though?
Well,
not one hair in his chest, not one hair.
This is my lacy top.
Why don't you cut a hole and get your nipples pierced, man? That'll be a lot more. I think.
Well, our nipples are legal. I think that everyone should be equal, and if women can't
free
get
the
their
nipple.
Out, I won't get my nipple out.
Free the nipple. Yes, free nipple.
Nipples remain under lace.
Free the nipple. Now that is a really prominent message at the moment, isn't it? Free the nipple. So well done for that. Straight away. You're straight into politics, and obviously. I need to ask you about the name of the band, Dead Royalties, because there was one band that had Dead at the start in their title, which was the Dead Kennedys. Now, obviously, the Dead Kennedys, you probably do or don't know this, named themselves after that to mark the end of the American dream when JF got shot.
And all the other Kennedy brothers
somehow, yeah. The people that took on the establishment. Yeah, that took too long. Anyway, what just to keep it in?
Yeah, you were just picturing all the horrible things the establishment had done.
So give me a little bit of an insight. I know it's it's a pretty average question to ask somebody when you're interviewing a band as creative as you guys. But the creative. Are you saying something by the Dead Royalties?
What's that? Sorry, are we?
Like in the same vein as the Dead Kennedys, you're saying the Dead Royalties. Is there something in that, or?
Yes, definitely. Being completely aware that it's kind of hard to make any money, and there's a bit of a pun in that. There's also I think we're all quite obsessed with idols throughout the years and how they influence culture and people, so I think it's a play on words of lots of things that encompass what we're made of. It's like the people that have influenced us and the lack of money we're going to make.
Yeah.
And
And I mean the people that have influenced you. Obviously, you're on a very
thank you very much.
Golden strain at the moment because your style of music, math rock, has become quite big in Bristol over a very short period of time. I feel obviously I've seen the mutual friends at the studio and yourselves like Chao Coup do really well, obviously, and rise with it. Tell us a bit about math rock because it's new to me, and I've only really started reading into it, obviously, after listening to your stuff. So
yeah, well, I mean, we've all been listening to it for a long time.
There was a record label called Big Scary Monsters, which I think all of us adored for a long time in my late teens. That's where I first started listening.
So we went to every new record.
Bands like Meet Me in St. Louis and Tube Lord and Colour.
This Tony's Guns
really fueled my passion for math rock. And then you guys started playing in Sailors and then Russian Blue, which I eventually joined, and that sort of, you've been playing math rock ever since.
Well, we were brought together through math rock, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think the scene in Bristol, there's bands like Lambhorn and Hogs Bison and Chiodaku that are really pushing that math rock. I wouldn't necessarily put ourselves in that at the moment. I think our earlier stuff would have put more math rock.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
You lean more towards the pop.
You did lean towards the math rock thing, and that's one of the things that you're out of the convention because I'm not familiar with the rest of the other bands, but what I gather is through Chiodaku's success, there's no vocals in it.
No, I mean,
are you guys the only guys doing that, or?
No, I mean. That's what I love about math rock. I think that's what got us into it. I mean, you go from 20-minute epic long songs, sort of more prog influenced math rock, and you go right up to the poppy scale, and with lyrics and meaning. I think what impressed me about math rock was the ability to write a catchy pop song, but also appeal to musicians. I think that's really important. I think if you're writing music, if you're just writing for the pop world. You're not going to have any solid fans if once you go down, you're gone. But I think there's sort of being able to impress the musicians whilst being able to hook the people in.
And there's a snobbery. There's a snobbery when people mention pop. There's a snobbery straight away. It's like sellout almost in a way.
Yeah.
But I understand that. So you've got quite a strong, distinctive voice.
I've never really liked my voice.
Well, no,
very much.
Well, I think that
I try.
All voices should be different, and all voices obviously lend themselves well to different types of music. But in terms of what I think math rock should sound like, you've got the voice of math rock.
Well, cool. Thank you, Alec. I think
I like that. That just came off the top of my head.
This guy's good. Where did you find this guy? He's good. Call MTV. Call MTV.
Just calm down. Just calm down. The insults are coming later. Lap it up while it's still happening. Lap it up while it's coming up like cream. But no, who do you listen to get that? Because I obviously play music with Black Wendy and I sing, but I always listen to different artists when I'm trying to think of a different type of song that I want to sing. So you've got a different way of doing it.
Thanks very much, man. I think for me, like I had to come to terms with that. I'm never gonna have like a really deep, manly voice, and I think the kind of thing about math rock is it's got that shredding element of like you are impressing people, but it's quite fun and happy and like doesn't take yourself too seriously. And I think I kind of ended up getting into singers like Brett Anderson from Sway, David Bowie, and like those more high-end vocalists. I think once I got comfortable.
Primal Scream came out first. In my mind,
And actually, again, like lots of like not always trying to sing in tune, kind of like adding a bit more like personality to it. I think everyone's got their own individual personality. If you let that through, it's going to sound original somewhat. Everyone's different, I think.
You've got a question, Sam. I don't know that you're the quiet guy of the band, but obviously one of the fucking loudest. Coming back to like math rock, and you're the one that has to work in the symmetry more than anybody else, really. Where do you go with that? Because any drummers I know, how do you train for that?
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Just sort of. I don't personally do things like I'm not like theory based. I do it all by ear. I think.
We do a lot of jamming. We're like, I'll write a bit,
jamming,
and Sam will just sort of.
It's a lot of it's done by ear. It's not done like, this is a 6/8. What's going? I don't go into. I just do it by ear.
I think we're quite natural when we write songs. I think like I'll normally sit at home and be quite meticulous with it, but I bring it to Sam, and it'll suddenly become this different thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think in a way, overthinking music can be good, but I do think we try and make it quite primal in a way. And I think that I think you've got I really enjoy playing with Sam and Cal. They're both very natural. Very natural.
Hey, who asked you, man? You just stay over there and keep the sound going.
He's seen us.
He's got one job to do. And you're not doing your job right now.
But Seb has seen us record. He's been there. He's seen it happen. And you know that when we record, we get the takes down.
Fucking smash it.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Really so obviously, mad about spraying perfume on the flowers.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, Revolt and Revolution as well. I was asking Cal earlier about the video that you did of you guys cycling down Gloucester Road.
Yeah.
How did that? Because it's great. It's a great video. If anybody out there, check this video out for spraying scent on the flowers. Spraying perfume on the flowers. Fuck it!
It's a whole sentence,
not spraying perfume on the flowers. That's
it's a whole sentence,
Revolution.
yeah. But if you get a chance to watch, go and watch this video. Yeah, just go and watch this video. It's great. But you're cycling down Gloucester Road. The three of you's on racers, obviously.
Yeah.
How did you?
So my friends, or our friends, I should say, have a multimedia company. They make videos and photos and that kind of stuff. So we got in contact with them, and they managed to rig up a contraption using I think it is an industry standard thing, but it's like a giant suction cup that goes. You can just stick it on anything,
right?
And so that's just suctioned onto the boot of the car, and it's.
So they trusted that suction was going to be good enough to stay on.
That's the thing. There are some safety lines on the camera because it's probably.
So obviously you got through Stokes Croft and it went missing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, parked up.
Should have heard the amount of pissed off taxis behind us.
Oh, I bet.
What are these Nancy boys with bloody flowers in their bikes? God,
wait a second. Are you talking about yourself or these guys?
No.
You're the one wearing the vest top. These guys have got beards and fucking hair on their chest and balls. You know what I mean? You look like you're shaved.
I pulled these guys down into the descent. I mean, I pulled them down into the makeup-y weirdness, but
and I'm
they
accepting.
were keen. It was always in them.
Was there a nod to Morrissey or the Smiths by having all that?
There was kind of
massively.
that.
It was meant to just be like.
Are you being sarcastic or was it real?
No. We love it.
I picked up on that. I picked up on that.
Yeah. Well done.
It
was meant to be a parody of
patronising.
Alice got hit off his bike.
So when it comes to obviously, where you guys practice, I've seen some photographs of.
We practice cycling.
I've seen some photographs of practice cycling.
It's like riding a bike.
Oh. I think we should try and cut it here, but no, we'll keep going. Lots of different. Sorry, give me a second. Hiya. Yeah, Mum, I'm in the middle of an interview. Yeah. No, it's not Charity Coup. The other one. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Dead Royalties. Yeah, Mum says she likes Sack Cells.
Oh, really?
So it was a very clever song. I've just hung up on her. She's fucking pocket-dialed me. Mum? Yeah, I have to go. Seriously. Okay. Eat a dick. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
So what do you think of Buckfast?
You know, I like Bucky. Yeah, it's
You
good.
do like Bucky?
Yeah,
I thought it would catch his eye, though. I thought
yeah.
I'm gonna test the rock and roll of these motherfuckers. You know, if they didn't understand the taste of Buckfast, then get the fuck out of the studio.
You know, if it wasn't a Sunday night, I'd ask you for a larger one next time. But yeah,
No, it's all right. Just a.
But is it moving?
Right, guys, we're back. We're back in. Shut your hole.
Yeah. All right. Hold
we're just making sure it's fucking rolling.
Well, I hope it is.
It is.
Still, yeah, no, just leave it to him. If he says it's fine, it's fine. You know? Let him look after his plumbing. You just, keep yourself in Timotei, fucking an hair conditioner, because it looks great.
Thanks.
Keeping me in like that, beautiful.
I conditioned it for the first time in 2 months. I'm not lying.
So I'm just going to cut to it. Like, by claiming that you're punk or punk influenced, that carries, you're carrying a large flag there, and it's a flag that you're going to have to fucking look after and pitch on a hill.
Yeah.
With punk comes politics.
Yeah.
So what's the politics in the bands? I know it's trite, and we might not keep this in the recording to talk about politics, I think, in a band. But is there anything that's specific at the moment you're trying to get off your chest?
Like I'm very interested, not necessarily in politics, but just I used to kind of write blasé songs about people coming together and doing the right thing and all that shit. Come on now, people, now smile on your brother. But no, I've realised that I think that you can't. It's impossible that Russell Brand tried to start a revolution with a book and it doesn't fucking happen. It's like you can't just ask.
It didn't happen because the guy was a cunt.
Russell Brand's a fucking lovely human being.
like Russell
He's just
Brand.
very narcissistic and deluded.
I think he got
so was
too
Gandhi. So was Gandhi and God. I reckon God's well narcissistic.
Bastard.
The bastard. Down with him. But I think the best bit of advice I got was that you can't start a revolution, but you can just try and pass on good information and just try and make each interaction at least somewhat positive, and then that hopefully should spread through. And I think my music, I just try and write songs that I would like to have heard, things that might get me out of bed and make me a bit more active, or make me realise that I'm not that weird, even though I am. But there's other weirdos out there, and I think politics can be more than just actual a political statement. It can be politics is an inner thing and an outer thing, and I think you can get people motivated through telling them that they're not fucking weird, and so I think we inner politics rather than outer politics.
Free the nipple,
that sounds
man.
really
Free
fucking
that
potential,
fucking
but free the fucking nipple, free the inner nipple.
No, not
free
at
the
all.
inner nipple, and then that way the outer nipple comes out, and it might spread people to do good things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I was told because I've got a quite a political song. Quite a political song, and it's oh shit almighty, we could have given me a fucking warning. I just fucking stood up on the fucking
That's all good. You'll be able to cut back in. Maybe.
No, I'll just sell it that you've been framed.
I'm not sure if that's worth 250 quid.
250. The fact that I've said that makes
Harry Hill. This guy's microphone falls right off his chest.
How was You've Been Framed ever funny before Harry Hill?
You think Harry Hill's funny?
Fucker.
It's like the lowest brow.
It's true. It's
It's snigger. It's snigger funny.
Yeah, but I mean,
I like snigger funny.
No, he is. He's yeah. You could watch him with your gran. That sort of thing. We can all enjoy this. We can all get around this.
So
and
tell me,
ITV2 though is fucking bullshit.
just let them go, man. just let them go.
I'd rather hang myself than have to watch ITV2.
It was never about Harry Hill though. It was about the people in the frame. Yeah.
You think?
It was never about the guy framing the picture. Yeah?
I know. Yeah.
It was always about the people in the frame.
Yeah.
They're the ones that
meaning.
made the comedy.
Yeah.
You know.
Next, Judge Judy.
Next question.
So you've got gigs coming up. I hope we can see you guys soon somewhere in Bristol. Are you working on stuff? What's happening right now with you guys?
Go ahead. You guys go ahead.
So we've got a record that we recorded here in Phantom Studios in this very room about 2 months ago, and so that's being mixed and mastered. We've got a single coming out from that record, October the 27th.
Can you tell us what it's called?
It's called Poltergeist Heist.
October 22nd, 2017.
27th.
That's the
and
Friday before.
it's called
Poltergeist Heist.
Poltergeist Heist.
And we got a video coming out. It's going to be debuted on BBC Introducing West.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, so excited. It's been 2 years since we released a track.
I was looking at that.
Spraying Perfume in the Flowers was the last.
I was looking at that. We
recorded 2 EPs and an album since then.
Yeah.
No one's heard anything. We've been locked away. We've been writing. We've been getting tight. And
so this is like
next
part
year is
of
our year of.
So this is part of like we're back.
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, we took a lot. We were working with a producer for a while. He was just getting us to work to a metronome, trying to just sort of polish us up a bit, and it's paid
really
off.
helps,
It really paid off.
Yeah,
really
working with a
paid off,
metronome is really tough, especially for drummers as well. If you're not used to it, it can really throw things, and it almost.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know.
He's
but
great. But it took a lot of practice, though.
But I think it takes a bit of rawness out of it. I feel. It does take it. It makes it a little bit sterile. You know, and with you guys with math rock, it's got to be fucking wild crazy. I mean, what was the metronome beats?
Just one, just ting ting.
Oh yeah,
ting,
and just
ting,
playing
ting,
off that.
But then it's knowing when to play in between.
Yeah.
But tell you what, there's weeks and months of just hearing it, because we didn't have in-ear monitors. We were just playing a metronome over a PA, and to get a metronome loud enough that you can hear it over a drum kit and two
over
guitars.
this guy drumming.
Exactly.
How big is your biggest cymbal? Cymbal.
It's only about 22, but it's quite.
It's like 4 feet.
Loud.
Yeah.
It's massive.
It's quite. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
How does that come across in playing in smaller venues? You have to sort of not smack it too much.
I tend not to hit too hard anyway. I
You're
know
good
drummers that hit really hard, but it's more. I hit hard enough, I think. You know, a nice happy medium.
Drummers that hit their china really hard have usually got a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't, unfortunately. So
none of us do.
Got to try and make it last.
Many songs on the album?
It's 8 songs. This album, so it just makes the album cut.
Yeah.
Just about, but it's got like a theme throughout. It's got quite like a.
Very spooky record.
Spooky
album.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's got
bringing it out just in time for Halloween as well.
Yeah, the single,
that was,
and then the album will drop early 2018.
So is the video going to be quite spooky, or?
Yeah, we filmed that ourselves. We got your mate Ethan to help
our friends
us out.
to film it. So we shot that last weekend.
Is Ethan part of a video production company, or?
He's worked with Friction Multimedia that we mentioned.
Yeah.
So he's
got a little production company called Little Monster Films.
Little Monster Films,
cool.
yeah. His name's Ethan. Yeah, cool, man.
But the video's very
so
strange.
8 songs, and are you going to have like an opening night for it anywhere? Have you any plans?
Not for the single, but we will for the album. But that's
the launch.
That'll be
early next
year. So
at
the moment we're just sending like we've got 4 tracks from the album mixed and mastered. We're sending them out, and whoever picks us up, and we're just going to see where that goes. And
well, I really look forward to hearing from it. Really look forward to hearing more of it.
Thank you very much.
So anyway, that's the second time I'm going to say this tonight, but thanks again to Dead Royalties for coming in. Thanks to Cal, Xander / Alex and Big Sam. And listen, thanks for joining us again on Bristol Music Channel. Keep in touch, subscribe, and find out who's coming on next week. Good night. Oh, good morning or good afternoon. Depending on what time you're watching this, fuck's sake.
Thanks, man.
It's actually 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that was a great exit. That was a great outro.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool.